copy of the tornado that we got in West Liberty, and this is the damage in West Liberty.
That's right, that's Morgan County, Kentucky. Again, that's the location on this one. Not sure exactly where that is, the location. Morgan County is where West Liberty is. We do know that. But let's see what the threat is right now and what information we can get from Dr. Drake for Dr. Ford.
Thanks, Crystal. The storm I'm most worried about right now, the southern half of Alabama, north and west of Montgomery, Alabama, heading generally toward the Billingsley, the Bethel Grove, the Posey's Cross roads, the Marbury area at about 50 miles per hour. It is rotating very strongly. Here, the hook wrapping around there just to the south and east of Plantersville area, now heading toward the Billingsley area. Let me show you why I'm so concerned about that. It has very, very strong tornado signatures showing up on Doppler radar. Green's going northbound, the red's going southbound. And this is one of the radars that's been outfitted now with what we call the dual pole signature. And it is able to see for these little blue areas here. That is usually indicative on this way of looking at things. It's what's called the correlation signature. It sees the tumbling right inside that little notch there, the tumbling of the debris, the leaves and things like that that have been picked up inside the tornado. So that gives us a better knowledge than we would normally have had with just a broad hook like this. This is a tornado in progress heading to the south and east of Plantersville across this part of Alabama. So, folks, your tax dollars at work helping try to improve your state. Crystal?
Thank you, Dr. Forbes. We want to go to Ohio now and bring in Tamara McBride. She's with the Ohio Emergency Management. Tamara, I believe. Tamara, thank you so much for your time to update us tonight. We are hearing of 2 deaths in Ohio. Can you confirm that?
Yes, we do have 2 confirmed deaths in Claremont County. A 54-year-old male and a 64-year-old female.
Claremont County.
Claremont County.
Yes.
What, can you give us an idea of the extent of the damage there in Ohio?
There is significant damage with debris and power outages. Just a very typical sorts of damage that you would experience after a tornado that is as devastating as this one. We are working with the local community in order to try to help rebuild this community after such devastation.
And we're looking at video of Moscow there in Ohio and some horrible devastation. Can you give us an idea of how many people have been displaced by the severe weather today?
We don't have a good grasp on how many people have been displaced, but we do know that this community is certainly going through something extremely tragic at this time, and it's just unfortunate that they have experienced 2 deaths. And we hope that the numbers don't climb, but certainly our prayers and our hearts are with those individuals.
Emma, what's the biggest challenge tonight going forward?
Just making sure, unfortunately it's night time, and I know that there were continued searches throughout this evening, and I know they're going to resume tomorrow morning with a secondary search at daybreak, and it's really just hoping to make sure that we have people who are safe and out of harm's way and getting to those people as quickly as we possibly can.
And Tamara, if there's a message you can get out to the people tonight which will help with your efforts, what would that be?
That would be just make sure your local officials know if you are in need of any kind of assistance or help, or if you know someone who is, to just reach out and make sure that those individuals, your first responders, your local emergency management officials, are aware of what your needs are.
Tamara McBride, thank you very much with the Ohio Emergency Management. We certainly appreciate you bringing us up to date. And again, she does confirm that 2 people have been killed in Ohio.
They're in Claremont County, Ohio. Deaths reported from the Ohio Valley all the way down to the Tennessee Valley today. And damage reports in places like Alabama, but no loss of life, which is remarkable when you see some of the images from Mike Seidel out there. This is actually one of the tornadoes, I believe, caught on camera in the Harvest area.
Well, yeah, did you see those flashes? When you don't see the flashes up in the cloud, you see them down on the horizon. Oftentimes those are power poles or they're transformers, power flashes going on.
And we were looking at this earlier, Chris, and thinking, these people all think they're being funny trying to get in a picture with the tornado, but actually not a smart thing to do. But that is out of Louisville, Kentucky today.
What they don't realize is what's happening on the ground in the distance there. And it can be scenes like this. So while it's amazing to see video or in real life to see weather like this is what can happen.
Right, in an instant, too.
Just like that.
Not to mention the debris flying in the air. you want to be in a safe spot. You want to take this warning very seriously. This is out of Nashville, I believe now. We're taking you to Nashville, Tennessee, where the hail was coming down. We rode out some rough storms here today, but a lot of people saying that, Nashville itself, Music City, really dodged a bullet today. It was very scary for a while there, but mostly ended up being a lot of hail.
And this bus ended up in this house in Henryville, Indiana. It's seeing a lot of damage in Henryville, with southern Indiana getting hit very hard today.
Incredible. More images out of Henry, Indiana. Of course, aerial images here. The National Guard on scene assisting in the search and recovery tonight. Dire scene as everybody deals with the aftermath of those storms.
And showing you now back in Nashville, rain coming down there off in the distance, and showing that there was a storm approaching.
And the hail, again, coming down a pretty good clip, and some large hail. Reports of cars dented. Mike Bettis out there showing us the extent of the hail with that storm today.
And here's for the damage in Alabama. You can see some of the debris being flown around. Keep it tuned in here to the Weather Channel.